today we are going to try a live review and also a couple of brews, which I didn't intend to rhyme or anything, but hold on. So we got the Angry Orchard Thriller Pack, Jason Universe. I'm going to leave that there and just go tell people that I'm live right now. Send them the link and whatnot. Oh my god. Whoopsies. Where's the control? Oh my goodness. Yeah, cool. Let me see if I could get it on Facebook here. All right, that should be fine. All right, what's going on? So we're gonna try this Thriller Pack here. I gotta be careful, I got masks down there. Let's wait for the chat to load up a little tiny bit here. It's not gonna load up very much more, but these motherfuckers don't pay attention. So what's everybody up to? Oh, you know what's appropriate for this video? The Jason mask. From Douglas Tate, thank you very much. Word! Alright, so I'm going to review the movie, the little short movie they did with the new Jason stuff. But also, we're going to check out. So I've drank 3 of the 4 of these tonight because I wasn't really doing anything. So I'll take them out and explain what each of them look and taste like. Alright, so this is the blood orange. This is the one that actually has Jason's mask on the can. And I'm pretty sure the only one that has the mask on the can. Okay, it's the same thing. This is Berry Bewitched. This is Headless Pumpkin. There should be one more in there. Berry Bewitched, Blood Orange, Headless Pumpkin. Oh yeah, the Sinful Apple. Alright, hold on a second. I think I have one still. Alright. So, this is the Sinful Apple. So, I'll go through. So, I've had these 3 so far tonight. And let's start with the Sinful Apple. The Sinful Apple tastes like cinnamon. It's kind of like a Fireball soda beer, which is I like Fireball, but I don't know. This one probably wasn't my favorite. Um, so it's like a cinnamon apple crisp. Not bad. All right, then leave. I mean, Jesus, like people act like they got locked in here and can't leave. It's like, no, go somewhere else. I'm doing something. Next is Headless Pumpkin. And that kind of tastes basically the same as Sinful. It's more like the fall cinnamon. I kind of like the I like it in cake better than I like it with a drink or something. This one's kind of the Berry Bewitched is kind of yeah. It tastes like White Claw. This one tastes like White Claw. So this is the one we're actually going to review right now. And it's Blood Orange, which is funny because my favorite drink is San Pellegrino. Blood Orange, that Italian sparkling soda thing they have there. Yeah, I like that shit. All right, so Blood Orange, Angry Orchard, hard cider. I'm more of a beer guy too. Drinking these just makes me want to drink beer. Woof, that's a little harsh. I like just straight up beer, dude. I don't know, it's not terrible, but hold on a sec. I need another sip of that. Here come the weird ass comments. Yeah, not the greatest, but it's hard apple cider, so what can you do? These are you're really just buying the picture on the can and stuff, so I don't know. I wouldn't I mean if you want these as a collectible then yeah, but I wouldn't deviate away from my normal stuff. Yeah. Okay. What did you guys so you guys watched The Sweet Revenge, which was the short that dropped recently. That was they're called everything is called the Jason universe with this new Jason. So I think I read somewhere that they're not going with the Friday the 13th. What do I normally drink? Just regular beer that probably tastes worse than this, you know what I mean? But it's I don't know. Some of these kind of taste like vodka too, like you know what I mean? I like the regular Angry Orchard apple beers better than probably these, but they're not terrible. Try them if you like. I'm not a huge even drinker, so. But yeah, so I had heard that they're not using the Friday the 13th name for whatever reason. Either it's still the legality stuff or I don't know. But so it's all titled like Jason Universe. And yeah, so I watched the short. It ended up being like 15 minutes long. Maybe that's with credits included, I'm not sure, but it was supposedly, everyone was saying it was 13 minutes and then it played and it was like, 15 or something like that. I don't know. Anything, bro. I drink whatever. I like beer. I don't like ciders and ales and stuff like that. So like I said, what I like is probably more gross than this, but yeah, I don't know. Like a Coors Light or something, Miller Light. Something that's I don't know. I the San Pellegrino Blood Orange is my favorite drink, and I mean that's not what this is, but yeah, it tastes nothing like that, and that's like a normal blood orange drink. So I don't know. This kind of tastes like vodka to me. But so Sweet Revenge, Yeah, I'm not a huge Jason guy. I'm a Michael Myers guy, obviously. But obviously, when Jason comes back, I had to see what was going on there. So watched the short. It ended up being like 15 minutes. You know, it opens up them driving to a lake, and I figured there'd be more focus on the Angry Orchard beers that they had, but it was like you really had to just watch for it, and wasn't as prominent as I figured it'd be. I mean, I think it's in like two or three shots, and she's like walking around with one at one point. So they get to the thing, establish who's like dating who and stuff like that. And then they get to the whatever the camp, and the guy explains. I mean, wasn't it kind of not cringe, but a little too on the nose with the character Harold that was like explaining, how bad shit had happened at Camp Crystal Lake. It's like there's murder, lots of murder. And then he takes a bite of the apple, bro. It's like, all right, dog. Um, Yeah, so but what I liked about this was all right, so he tries to, grab her in the boat, which I think is like a homage to the a previous, you know what I mean? You guys are gonna be like, dude, come on, it's part blah blah blah. Michael Myers guy here though. And so you think that might be the end of her, but then it turns to night and she like emerges out of the lake. And people are telling me I'm wrong on this, but I'm not. I don't think I'm wrong on this. When she comes out of the lake, it reminds me of Corey all messed up coming out of the sewer in Halloween Ends. And whether you loved or hated Ends, this had elements of it. And I'll go further. But so, anyways, I'll get to that. And then basically, when it turns to night, shit's already like popping off, which I like that too, because it's like if a horror movie's not great or like kind of being boring, it's like you gotta wait kind of a long time to get to the action, but this one gets like to the action immediately, and it's it's only 15 minutes, so I think if this is the Jason they're going to stick with, then I see why they showed us what they showed us and didn't show us much. But so she rolls up to the cabin or whatever, and the boyfriend, her boyfriend or husband or whatever it is like making out with one of the chicks there. It's like, all right, so she's like devastated watching that, and then Jason's behind her, grabs her, picks her up. You get that first face-to-face shot of Jason in the new mask. And that looked good right there. That was sweet. It looked fine. And then he throws her through the window. That actually tastes better with like a few more sips. The blood orange one, the Jason one. And then the boyfriend's like, what the fuck? Everyone's, whatever, what the fuck's going on? And then there's some pretty brutal kills in there. He's got like the boat motor that he like puts in the guy's face, and it squishes. I've had a few of these already. It the propeller in the face, dude, mashes his face all together, mashes it all up. So I mean that was a sweet kill. Then he takes a blade, throws it at the chick. Yada yada yada. We don't have to go through the whole thing. I mean, hopefully everybody's watched it by now. But then at the end, the two girls get away. The one that was cheating and the one's girlfriend, the dude's girlfriend, and they're like driving away. And she goes like, "I'm sorry." She obviously pretty much knows she's seen her doing whatever, and she might be saying sorry because she like left her for dead. Also, at the end when she tried to save her, she like ran away and like ran past her or whatever. So she didn't give a shit about her even in death or whatever. So maybe that's why she was saying sorry. And then she stabs her in the throat and crashes the car and gets out of the car like Michael Myers or Jason, and then they face off, and yeah, that's like the end of it. And that's like it's like right starting to get going too when that shit happens. It was man, it was like not enough to judge almost. Like I wish I wasn't live because I don't put pictures up when I'm live and stuff. But there's a picture of a behind the scenes shit of the new guy that plays Jason, and I guess he's like 6'4", but there was a picture of him, and it just the shoulders, and I think that's what everybody's also complaint is about, like the look of Jason in this new Jason universe thing is like his shoulders are kind of small. Um, but I liked when they shot him at a certain angle, and he was, I mean, it looked all right, it looked good. I also heard a rumor that this Jason might be a teenager right now, and this might be the story might be taking place like now, modern days, so that's why she has like a cell phone and shit. But I don't know. That might conflict with the show because I think the show is back in the day, right? So that wouldn't make sense. I mean, I'm not a huge Jason guy. You guys are probably laughing it out of the building right now, but yeah, it was good. I think there was a lot of off-screen kills. Um, like you got the two slash throats, dude. Just show him doing it. You know what I mean? Or like the guy that has the apple in the mouth, which reminded me of like the 2018 when his jaws like snapped, or even in yeah, again in 2018 his jaws like snapped and his neck's all bent. Um, I'm next to the bus or whatever the dad, but yeah. So I mean, if I think if you're a Jason fan, you have to like see it, obviously, but a lot of like, and that's why it reminded me of Halloween Ends too. As I was gonna say because the girl has an encounter with Jason in the lake, which is like his homeland, and then comes out and she's fine. It's but as the film goes on, her face gets like darker and she becomes more pale and almost looks dead. So it's like, dude, the lake obviously cursed her in some way, which is reminds me of Halloween Ends. He went to the cave and got cursed, like, you know. Um, and I'm not saying this was that bad. Trust me, I don't think it was that bad. Like, I think they should show more of Jason just because it's been 16 years, and the hardcore fans that do love Jason are like, "What the fuck?" You know. I think they really wanted to see something. I mean, this was crazy, but there was too many off-screen deaths. You had 15 minutes. I say you just use the whole 15 minutes to go wild and show all of those deaths. I get it was a promotion for Angry Orchard, but so it's like I almost feel bad for the Jason fans, but now you Jason fans understand how I felt about the flashback mask from Halloween Kills. I loved it because it was Michael Myers, but at the end of the day, I'm like, that don't look like Michael to me. Like the mask in the original Halloween, I didn't think it resembled it too much. So yeah, I'm like, now you know how I feel with the new Jason look, because people are not pleased. I mean, guys, people that make hockey masks and are obsessed with Jason and shit, not happy about this. And it's not that I'm not happy. I'm just like indifferent almost. Um, I call Jason cousin Jason because he's a horror character that's like synonymous almost with Michael, so I have to like him. I like the Jason films though, and I'm excited to see what the new one brings out because they have been showing pictures and stuff from the new one. Word, Egg Daddy, getting that Jason mask painted for you. Yeah, I mean the new one. Again, I'm not the biggest Jason fan, but I am a big Jason fan. Just not really enough to collect or anything like that. And like, I'm gonna be much more pissed off if Michael looks bad in a film than I am if Jason is. I can just watch Jason do his thing and probably be all right with that. You know what I mean? I'm getting a Jason mask painted for me at Part 8. Egg Daddy says. Part 8. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it takes me a second. It's not Halloween. I mean Halloween, I'm on it in 2 seconds. Um But I don't know if this new Jason movie or a short they did is going to be tied into something. I'm hearing that it's part of the new universe. So this probably is what Jason's going to look like from here on out. Which I don't know. Maybe you could give him like a little bit of bulking in the shoulders, or if it is a teen Jason, we're supposed to be a younger Jason. Um, and that would be cool too. I'm trying to check something. Because then I guess if he was younger, right? Oh man. Luckily this watch is out. I got fake blood on my brand new Michael sweater. Takes Manhattan. Yeah, yeah, that was I like 3, 4, 5, 6. The thing with me is, like I said, I'm not the biggest Jason fan, so I'm able to like a lot more of them and be like, oh, I don't mind this as much as like the casual, or I'm sorry, as some hardcore fans are gonna be like, that one sucks, and I'm like, it's all right. I don't mind it. You know what I mean? If it was Halloween, I'm a little more picky, but I also tend to like every Halloween for one reason or another for its own reason. But I think if they're gonna continue this and put this in a movie with all these characters, like the chick at the end and stuff, it probably had to end like that or in some way like that. Um, so I would imagine. Well, it'd also be sick if the show had like flashbacks to now, and like that's what you're getting. Like the girl at the end of that one. Also, I'm just rambling here because I'm just saying any thought that comes to mind about the show in my review here on the show or the short film. But I don't know if the girl was gonna try to like go one on one with Jason. I mean, it almost looked like she would become the new like his new mom, and like now she's gonna live on the land and protect the land with him or lure victims in there. And yeah, I mean it sounds a lot Halloween Ends esque, but Mike Jason's mother has always been not really in the picture, but she's always a prominent part of the story no matter what movie you make. So that wouldn't be as weird as the Halloween Ends with Corey becoming, some incarnation of Michael. At least this chick, like, it's Jason Voorhees, and like he is maybe Michael's susceptible to some shit we don't really know. We've seen him cry in Halloween 5, but Jason's thing, I think his weakness might be his mom. So she might live on the land. Like the end of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3D. I know people probably didn't like that one, but yeah, she becomes like the caretaker or whatever. So at the end, she's like the one feeding him the food now and shit. I don't know. For some reason, if that's done well enough, I like that. Like, I think could be cool. Her being like but I also don't like that in the pictures we're getting. So now we're on the show now. For the show that's coming up in the pictures that we're getting, his mom is a beautiful woman. I'm not saying that like the woman that played Jason's mother in the original isn't. I'm just saying she looked more of like a mom. She looked more like your buddy's mom, like short hair, stuff like that. It was kind of like an old school look and stuff like that. I think Jason's mom now for this new show is gonna look a little too maybe pretty-ish. I know that sounds weird, but um, of course if it's done right, it's fine. It's the sack was pretty cool. I didn't like the sack in the second one. I liked it in the remake. I know that's probably mad disrespectful, but yeah. And apparently they're gonna make a movie from this stuff. So I don't know, but that was like half-assedly announced, and we'll see what they do. Um, Gotta bulk out the shoulders, I think, on that Jason. Um, Other than that, the look was pretty good. There's definitely like strands of hair in the back you could see too. I didn't see much of an egghead, and one thing that was kind of weird too is like the eyes were his eyes. If you actually get like a good shot, especially in the behind the scenes one, his eyes are like normal. I don't see a droopy eye at all. You know what I mean? So, I mean, if I was a Jason fan, I'd be like, what the fuck? Because I am a Jason fan, but like as Jason as one of my secondary favorites or whatever it is, I'm not like as big on the look. Like it doesn't have to please me as much since I'm not a huge fan. But I enjoyed them. I liked like part three was mad good. I liked part four or five. I mean the first two were good also. I obviously they're very good movies, but I just like I like the in your face Jason with the hockey mask and stuff like that, Stupid casual guy. Stupid ass casual fan. Uh you guys want to take a look at some masks that I've been doing recently? What the fuck is on that? Damn, something on my model. You know what? As you drink more of this, it's not bad. The blood orange. All right, let's check this guy out. Is it mirrored right now? Or I think you guys can see normal, right? Hopefully. That looks so weird without when it's twisted like that. I'm getting the hang on it. These are shapeshifters, like my new mask that just came out. Trying to get the hang of the eyes. What in the hell is that? It's lid or something like that. Yar. Yeah, so I don't know. And then who saw the trailer for the Halloween game? That was sick, dude. I thought that trailer was awesome. I think some people didn't like the Dr. Loomis impression, but I think it was fine because it's for a video game, so it's like almost like an interpretation of that character. Dude, I think that's gonna be sick. And I'm calling it now. I bet you the cutscenes in that'll be way better than the movies that have been coming out recently. And I'll watch a video game like that. I'll watch a movie that has like animation. You know what I mean? That'd be sick. I bet you we'll get definitely gonna get like a good amount of that, dude. Like a good amount of probably hopefully a new story. That's what I'm wondering is if the new Halloween game is a new story mode or if it's like a remake. You know how they like remake shit and like put the scenes in the game. So like regardless it's going to be new, but like remake like the Bob stuff and all those kills and stuff. I don't know. I don't know if I would like that. I think a new story would be dope. I think that's what they're gonna do, and probably again a continuation of the first Halloween. Um, and that could be sick. That could be sick. Like there's so many ways you could go, and yeah, I'll probably get it for the computer. Like imagine if you had mods on that game, and you could. There's my cat complaining, and you could like switch what Michael is. Obviously, somebody's gonna mod that shit, and you're gonna be able to play like as Halloween kills Michael or something. You know what I mean? Or Halloween ends Michael or something like that. That'd be sick. Take a little look, see here what's going on the. My cat's bugging out right now. Ziggy, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, we're on the road to 3,000 subs. Which definitely is not reflected in the views. It's not too many views. I just dropped a video of the top 7 kills. You guys should check that out. Those are like my favorite slash probably most brutal kills that I've done for like my fan movies or whatever. Of course, he rams this into my thing here. Yeah. So what else is new in horror? I know what you did last summer when that shit came out. I got this little guy from it. That movie was all right. I'm gonna wait a little longer to do a review on that, just in case people haven't seen it. Unless you guys want to talk about it or whatever, send me questions right now. I don't care. I'll answer whatever. Let me check on the. Dude, once the Halloween game comes out too, probably be playing that on here for sure. Dude, these things fuck me up. Like, I could drink a lot of Miller Lights, Coors Lights, whatever, Bud Light, Budweiser, all this shit like that. But I drink a few of these and I'm fucking feeling it a little bit. Yeah, so I don't know. Everybody's upset over the Sweet Revenge thing. I feel bad for the Jason fans. I mean, at least you're getting a bunch of new shit. I guess, Um, I'm sure there are people that are actually coming around and enjoying it, which is good. Um, and if not, maybe that's why they're doing this stuff too, to test out what people uh are willing to do and put up with. I can't believe Greg Nicotero though. It's like, dude. Yeah, like I mean he's been in the Halloween franchise. It's like, bro. I'm not sure that was the move, dude. So many people are not on board with that design. Um it's I don't even know. This one's from Freddy vs. Jason, but it's like the lack of holes in the new one is. I think these holes might be bigger. You guys tell me. I'm not a Jason guy. I only have Michael's. I only know Michael stuff. But it looks to me like the new one has like not as many holes as like the other Jason masks. I know they're not all the same mold. I'm not that dumb. I am a mask maker. But yeah. Oh man. But yeah, the Halloween game. Yeah, so that should be sick, dude. We'll see what it has to offer. I mean, I'm hearing that those game companies that are doing the game are not very reliable. I guess they did the Friday the 13th game that didn't pan out so well, but I mean that was plagued with like rights and shit like that. And then Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I mean they say Halloween is underrated. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre doesn't really ever get the love it should. And yeah, so I see why that didn't take off either, but Halloween's like a big name. And if you get the rights or opportunity to do something with Halloween, like I don't think people are gonna risk fucking that up. So hopefully that'll light a fire under the people's ass that have been slacking, and we'll see what happens. But yeah. Mm. Yeah, hard cider. Tasting like vodka, a lot of these. The berry was the worst, dude. That tasted like a White Claw. Berry Bewitched. I mean, if you like White Claw, then you'll like that shit. And then there was two of them that were basically cinnamon. Because, like, the Headless Pumpkin is pumpkin, which is obviously is pumpkin, but pumpkin taste has, like, that cinnamon October taste. And then you got the Sinful Apple, which is cinnamon, so that tasted like a weird fireball soda. Yeah, stick to your to your regular beers. Usually there's like a standout one where you're like, "Oh, this one's really good." But I'm having a hard time just getting through these. But yeah, so I'm not a I'd say each of them are like 3 out of 10. Like, not the best. 3 out of 10. Oh man. All right. Well, I just wanted to do a check-in, see what's up with everybody. Give my thoughts on some shit. I just keep thinking about that Halloween game. Michael looks a little different though in the preview that I saw. Um, I know it's just a game, so again, it's like what he looks like for the game, not for the movie. So it's fine. But I don't know. Little things irk me. But yeah, seems like a quiet night. Everyone's doing their own thing here, so I'll probably hop off. And leave a comment or something. Go watch the top 7 kills that I have just dropped recently. Check that out. Tell me what you think. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.